Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The Nissan Juke kicked off the B segment SUV. We all sat back and thought, that's a bit of a niche. But look around you, there has been an absolute explosion in the market with companies such as Mini, Ford, Honda with their new HR-V all coming to play because it's highly profitable and this B segment SUV market is highly desirable. So is it any surprise that Mazda have now thrown their hat in with the CX-3? The CX-5 has proven very popular in the SUV segment for Mazda, and so it continues on with that same bold Kodo design language that makes its bigger brother stand out. Sweeping lines, sculpted surfaces make a really handsome and dynamic shape for the car. I mean, it is a profile that looks fluid even when standing still. This specific car is the 2-litre petrol with about 120 PS, so that's what, 118 brake horsepower. And I have to say, it is a fantastic machine to drive out. We're up in the north of the UK on its launch with some really great driving roads, and the chassis is proving to be a real joy. It's agile, there's a good amount of grip on offer, the car handles its weight and lateral motion very well. It also features this really nice short throw manual transmission, which is actually a little bit reminiscent of the MX-5. Starting at £17,500, this car is a bit more expensive than its competitors, but if we drop it down again and let the engine rev out, because a lot of the power is found much higher in the rev range, it is actually a lot more fun than its competition, it has to be said. Particularly on dynamic roads like this. Just whenever you pitch into a corner, it manages the lateral motion really well, it sort of focuses in on the apex, and it feels like a bit of a driver's car, despite, you know, this segment not typically being all that sporty. It does have a reasonably firm ride, that's the trade-off for good control, but something else that hints at this car's sporting nature is these rather well bolstered seats. They hold you in place very well. They're upholstered in leather. This is the top specification nav. It features satellite navigation in its 7-inch display there. That 7-inch display actually does come standard across the range now, so despite being a little bit more expensive than competitors, it does actually come loaded with kit even in the lower specs. Inside this specific car we have a Bose audio system. There's some nice leather trim that runs across the dashboard and down the centre console, and overall it's a rather nice environment to sit in. There is a bit of road noise from those larger alloy wheels, it has to be said, but smaller ones are available on lower specifications, and I would reckon that road noise would improve with that. It feels quite light and airy up front here, good visibility all the way around. There's a reversing camera as well for whenever you get into urban environments and you want to try and reverse park the car and things get a bit tight. It's an absolute doddle with that option fitted. In this car as well, we've also got the heads-up display, which is really nice. It means you don't have to take your eyes off the road to see just how fast you may well be going. Rear occupants are treated to a reasonable amount of headroom, but legroom can be a little bit tight. The boot also isn't the greatest in size. Some competitors do offer a larger boot. If you want the most fuel-efficient version of this car, you'll be looking at one of the smaller capacity diesels with front-wheel drive. All-wheel drive is available on petrol and diesel, but the front-wheel drive diesel will net you 70.3 mpg, which is actually pretty impressive for this class. It's something that no competitor offers in this segment at the moment is such an involving driving experience, and ultimately I think that's what a lot of Mazda's ethos is about. It's about man and machine, and regardless of whether you're driving an SUV or one of their Mazda MX-5s, they really go out of their way to make you feel involved in the whole process of driving the car. And I have to say, you know, you drop it down a gear, you put it on some of these winding roads, and it does put a smile on your face, it has to be said.